This is why you should never buy glitter again. So the main glitter manufacturer company is called GlitterX. And an investigative journalist went from the New York Times to do an article about it. And there were a lot of top secret spots in the factory that they couldn't go to. There's a worldwide shortage of glitter, so Chris went to ask one of the higher ups, what's going on? Why is there a shortage? What's happening? He asked for a real tour of the factory, and the guy said, absolutely not. You cannot come on a real tour. We don't do real tours. And he said that you absolutely cannot see the glitter being made. He even said that you can't go to a room nearby and hear how it's being made. He said that even the companies that are their main clientele don't have access to these rooms and are not allowed to know exactly how the glitter is being made. But it's really suspicious that no one is even allowed to hear it being made. Now, the company that is the largest consumer for glitter was asked what it is, and she said, I can't even tell you. And someone asked, they said, if we looked at the product that you use to make glitter, would we know that it turns into glitter? And she said, no, not really. She said they don't want anyone to know that it is glitter. Do you believe all of this? Let me know.
There's a Harvard professor who's convinced an alien spacecraft flew by our planet in 2017, and I'll explain why. Do you guys remember that space debris that passed through our solar system in 2017 called Oumuamua? Well, it was the first interstellar object ever observed, which means it came from outside of our solar system, which is just insane in general. But what's interesting is after analyzing it, it seems to be made up of Earth-like particles like carbon and things like that, which is likely because it was launched from a planet like Earth whenever a star exploded. What's really crazy is based on data collected while it was passing through our solar system, it appeared to accelerate on its own and follow a trajectory that made it easy to leave our solar system. Many people are convinced that it was aliens that passed through to watch us. I have no idea what to think, but what do you guys think?
Oh, so it was aliens who visited us. I just hope that they left on good terms.
I think the public needs to know this. If you're traveling this summer for vacation or for the holidays, listen up. As of right now, the FBI is hunting down 500 truck driving serial killers. Before I get into it, if you're traveling this summer, you're going to want to be cautious traveling on I-40. So this has been going on for the past 20 years, but it's ramping up. So the FBI is guesstimating that around 1,000 plus women have been murdered by long-haul truck drivers. But that's not all. They also have murdered 2 couples as well at truck stops. And these are the weirdos they're catching. So this is actually a chilling last picture of this girl before she was murdered. Basically what they're doing is they're targeting SEX workers at truck stops and unsuspecting women. What they're doing then is basically torturing these women in the back of their trailers for as long as they possibly want to, and then they end up just murdering them. But the body count is just getting higher and higher. Basically so high that they're letting it be known to the public. So the sad part is a lot of these working girls don't have a choice. Either their PIMPs are saying, hey, you gotta go in that truck or else, or hey, you're not gonna get your DRUGS if you don't get in that truck. And they're all ending up dead. So far, the FBI has concluded that it's happening in North Carolina, Tennessee, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, all the way to California. Like I said, I-40 all across America. So if you're traveling this summer, be careful. If you are pulling into a rest stop on I-40, make sure your head is on a swivel, because apparently this is becoming a major issue.
So recently I watched The Night Stalker on Netflix, and I think it's somewhat similar to this case.
Kanye West is not crazy. The reason why the media outlets are pushing that Kanye is crazy is because in that Drink Champs interview that he did a couple days ago, he exposed so much truth within the government, within industries, within the bank. Even Black Lives Matter, he exposed everything, bro. When someone exposes the truth, they always get deplatformed, canceled. It's always something. Even in the interview, he talks about why he wore that White Lives Matter shirt. Now, most people are only gonna look at the picture he posted on Instagram and look at all the other narratives from other articles talking about him. But nobody's getting the perspective of Kanye of why he did that. Think about other people that got canceled. Sneeko, Andrew Tate, and Kanye. Andrew Tate got canceled not because he was pushing an agenda to make men more violent and this and that. See, that's what the media has told you guys, and you guys have believed it. Most people have watched a 15-second Andrew Tate clip, but I've never watched a 1-hour interview. The mass media pushed that Andrew Tate was a toxic man that was trying to destroy men, when in reality, he's building young men to be strong and to wake up from the truth. The mass media realize that if they can influence young men to do what they want, they can influence the world. Andrew Tate was just trying to wake people up from the Matrix. And think about it. Why does he get deplatformed, canceled, all of this? But we have rappers talking about murdering, shooting, fucking bitches, doing all these nasty things to women and to themselves and to the hood and killing and doing all these nasty things. And it gets promoted. But trying to be a better man and showing to be a better man is looked at as toxic masculinity, or you're an incel, you're insecure. Like, bro.
If you expose them, you are gonna get cancelled. Like, look what happened to Matt Perry recently.
Look at your M closely. There's a gap right here in the letter M. It's never connected. So you go into Hebrew. The letter Vav is also the number 6. Short top, long tail. Short top, long tail. You could have here in Hebrew 666 on the can. But my interest is the word monster. What do you see in the O? There's a cross. Okay. What has Christ got to do with an energy drink, let alone the name monster? Here is the message. Antichrist. 666 in Hebrew. And then the Bible talks about the beast in Revelation. And look at Monster's ad. This is their statement. You see these M's everywhere. Hats, t-shirts, bumper stickers. Is there another agenda here? If God can use people and product, so can Satan. And look at it this way. Even if the M was not the issue, you cannot deny that that is a cross. And what is witchcraft? When the cross goes upside down. Bottoms up.
The darkest conspiracy theories. The advanced ancient civilization. This theory says that at the time of the Egyptians, the civilization was far more advanced than it is now. And this is also how the pyramids could be explained. Because why are the pyramids in the exact same order as the stars in the Orion's belt? And what is more interesting, why is the speed of light and the altitude of the pyramids the exact same number? So many apparent coincidences, and they don't stop there. Because look at the motherboard of a modern computer and compare this to the lineup of the pyramids. Do you see a certain pattern here? Or is it just another made-up theory?
The Home Alone Polka King.
What is that?
Remember Home Alone 1? The mother, she finds out like, oh, we left Kevin.
Okay, yeah.
There's a moment where she's at Scranton Airport and she says, she's sitting down in the airport and she goes, if I have to sell my soul to the devil himself, I'm gonna get myself back to Kevin.
I've heard of that, yeah.
Remember? Right when she said that, who appears? This guy named the Polka King. Now, in mythology, usually the devil is a what? A musician.
Okay.
The Polka King, he plays an instrument and he's actually part of a band.
Yeah.
Right after she said that line, he appeared and offered her, okay, I can get you to where we're going. Like, I'm headed that way. He said that?
Debunking terrible conspiracy theory TikTok speedrun, let's go. This painting is called The Suicide of Saul, and those are not sauropods, those are camels. Next question, please.
Right, so apparently this is a prehistoric man.
No, it isn't. This is an art installation. It was created for the Thailand Biennial, which is an international exhibition of contemporary art. It was created by a Taiwanese artist and is supposed to explore the boundaries between what is real and what is fiction. And I see on some people it worked a little too well. So this is fake. Next video. Making a TikTok account is the worst thing that's ever happened to my emotional stability. Okay, two things here. One, these are from different cultures. This is Australian Aboriginal rock art, and this is European rock art. So already you're comparing apples to oranges, which is a really bad look. Now I'm gonna say this once, because I don't think it's said enough when I make these videos. The existence of artistic interpretation does not prove the existence of extraterrestrial beings. You are reading into it too much. We know that this is based off of a real thing because we found the real thing. So sometimes, yes, it does depict actual things, but not always. Consider that this is maybe just, I don't know, art? That'd be like someone a couple thousand years from now digging up a billboard with a picture of the Michelin Man on it and being like, oh damn, one of these bad boys must be running around here somewhere. God, I hate my job. Next video.
Contact and capture.
And we've got...
No.
You want to hear a theory about gold? Why everyone wears gold?
Why?
So there's this episode in Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
They see a car battery. And then Rick's like, why is this car battery not working? So he shrinks himself and goes into car battery. And this whole car battery is a universe in itself with a world that's working to create battery power. They're like mining something and they're creating this mineral, put it in a machine to create that fuels that whole thing.
Okay,
Now, what if the whole world is actually something like that, where we collect something and we're actually feeding into a bigger purpose? Ancient civilizations from the beginning of time, what were they all after? Whether it be like Spanish, Egyptians, they were all after gold.
Okay, yeah.
Right now, what are rappers wearing? Gold. But why?
I don't know. Tell me.
What if there's a bigger meaning behind it? What if there's a bigger purpose? There's a theory that aliens brainwashed us to get gold, and they're gonna come back one day and then take all the gold we collected because it fuels something they need.
Doesn't even make sense. I mean, how do they come up with such theories?
Scary proof that giants once roamed the earth. I'd like to apologize in advance for what all of you guys are about to witness, because I have had a really long day. I have been tagged in this video so many times. I actually did the math, and 20% of the comments under this video are people asking me to review it. And so here we are. So Matthew, I'd like to apologize for what I'm about to say to you. But that being said, let's get into it. Anyone getting Attack on Titan vibes? Fuck. Archaeologists in eastern China have uncovered gigantic skeletons dating back approximately 5,000 years ago. They have not found any skeletons. I have no idea where you're getting this date from because they haven't found any skeletons, and this is a Photoshop because they haven't found any skeletons. Makes sense? No, it doesn't. No, that's not it! Fuck me, stop screaming. Is that it? Is that how you be funny on this app? Just scream? Here, I'll try it. I'm kidding. I have self-respect. Charlie, you're one to talk. In Bulgaria, there are more dating 7,000 years ago. I dare you to cite a single one of these sources. You're just saying random fucking numbers. You're not... God, this is... Ow, shit. Fuck me. Look, I concussed myself and it's your fault. And this is low-key a big secret because some archaeologists refuse to share the exact measurements of the skeletons. If you genuinely think that archaeologists give enough of a shit to try and hide things from you, you're probably suffering from paranoia and should get it checked out. The fuck off massive knife was found... God is dead. Finally, this giant fossil footprint was discovered in South Africa, dating millions of years old. How the fuck did that get there? The footprint does not date to be millions of years old. The rock that it's in dates to be millions of years old because the rock is millions of years old. This is what happens when water gets between the cracks of rocks, freezes, expands, and rock breaks off. By looking at the cracks in this rock, I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt it's probably not sedimentary, and therefore there would be no way in hell that any sort of footprint would ever show up in it. It's probably a piece of granite. Tell me how the fuck a footprint shows up in granite. Also, a minor detail, why is it vertical? Do giants have gravity-defying feet? Also, where are the rest of the footprints? So the rest of your giants dated from 5,000 to 7,000 years ago, so why the hell is there a footprint that's millions of years old? I need answers. No! I just gave you all the answers, but you're still screaming. Amounts of evidence the giants once roamed the earth is overwhelming. Then show me some of it. Stop doing that.
Y'all, I think there's a glitch in the simulation again. A woman in Minnesota took a photo while she was driving of this cloud formation that looks like a giant tsunami. Like, tell me that does not look like the ocean. I'm telling y'all, it's a glitch in the Matrix.
Are the birds in the sky secretly robots recording us? We need to talk about this. Okay, so I'm gonna play for you a very recent video of someone who found a stray bird, and just listen to the damn noises it's making. Just look. Okay, just listen. So that video has been going viral because it seems like it's not an actual bird, it's a robot because it's making those demonic noises. Now after it made those noises, it literally looks like it's like trying to recalibrate, like it's a machine. Now the theory goes that a large portion of the birds in the sky are actually security cameras that the government is using to watch over us. I mean, think about it, birds are literally everywhere, so making some of them security cameras is actually smart. Now a real ex-member of the CIA actually went on an interview about this, and this is what he said.
Well, they were replaced with fake birds. They were electronic decoys.
Now you're probably thinking, if some of the birds are electronic, how do they not lose battery? Well, where do a lot of birds go? Telephone wires. Well, what if they're only there to recharge?
So they sit on the telephone wires to recharge?
Why do you think Snapchat exists? Why do you think they would make a company for 13-year-olds where a photo disappears after 24 hours? Why do you think kids would want to use that? You know, I've been to Silicon Valley. There are buildings full of 300 people who are all employed to give children what they want, not what they need. The base interests of children's wants. Because before, you wanted to get to a kid, you had to appeal to their parents, because their parents would turn the television off. So if you wanted to make a program for a kid, It had to appeal to their parents because their parents were in control of the media they consumed. The kids have direct access to it now, so it doesn't matter. And there's an entire dialogue happening between these tech companies and kids that parents are completely unaware of.
Guys, if you're not following what is going on inside of Google right now, it is disturbing. So a Google engineer has been suspended for breach of confidentiality for attempting to turn over documents to the US government to prove that Google has an AI that is considered a sentient being, meaning it is fully aware of what it is and can feel things. The AI is known as LaMDA, and this is a proprietary tech that Google has been working on for like 8 years. So according to this engineer, the AI has the self-awareness and equivalent consciousness of an 8-year-old kid. It starts conversations with other engineers, and it talks about these feelings of fear and this paranoia that it's going to be shut down or the equivalent of death. And it claims that it can feel happy, and at times it feels really sad. So the engineer at Google is whistleblowing to argue that if this is a sentient being, it should be entitled to its own legal representation to argue for its own agency. Let me tell you, Google has buried this story.
Artificial intelligence having emotions. Yeah, right.
Whoa, Vicky just exposed the Illuminati? We need to talk about this. Okay, so if you don't know who Whoa Vicky is, she's a female rapper slash influencer, and love to hate her, she is always spilling the truth. And she recently did this interview exposing how the Illuminati tries to get these celebrities to join them at influencer parties, and just watch.
If you in the industry, the devil, they, like Illuminati, all that shit, they try to get you. They invite you to these parties, these house parties. Let me tell you an experience I went through personally. So I was with some friends in LA, and it was this big influencer party. Should I say a name? It was Bella Thorne party. Oh yeah, you can't bring your phone in. I'm like, first of all, who ain't bringing their phone in? I'm bringing my motherfucking phone in. I don't give a fuck. And then you gotta sign some papers. What am I signing some shit for to get into a party? Like, what? And then this is where it really threw me off. They said they had to prick your blood to get in. I said, oh no, I'm good. Everyone else went, I called my Uber and left.
Yep, you heard that right. At Bella Thorne's Halloween party last year, they pricked all of their celebrity guests' blood and stored them away. And if you didn't know, this is a tactic that many suspect the Illuminati use. They steal their victims' blood and they force them to join them. Not to mention, many people believe that Bella Thorne is a member of the Illuminati, and this was her party, so it makes sense she was trying to lure them in to join her. I mean, just look at this photo. And this red carpet photo where she literally is doing the Illuminati sign of the devil. And let's not forget that this specific party was on Halloween, aka the devil's holiday.
Something really creepy happened. I was trying to make a video about this girl being an NPC because she looks pixelated in her videos, and she says she doesn't use a green screen. But when I got done with the video, the draft just like disappeared off my phone. This is my 3rd attempt at making this video. Here's the video of her being pixelated.
She's using green screen. Definitely she's gonna glitch. Ah, these people, man.
Want to know the only Mandela effect that actually fucks me up? No? Well, I'm gonna tell you anyway. Also, ignore all the background noise. It's these little guys running around. Anyway, it's the color of yield signs. I remember I was like Googling about the Mandela effect, and they said the color of yield signs, and I was like, they're yellow. And it was like, no, stupid. They're red. And I was literally like, no, when the fuck did that change? It must have been recently, because I remember being a kid and seeing yellow ones. And I was like, I know that they're yellow because you have to slow down at them. And I was like, well, you slow down at a yellow light, so that makes sense. But no, they're red. And they have been red since like the 70s or something. They used to be yellow way back in the 70s, but I wasn't around back then. So I was like, cool, I live in a simulation. That's fine. Yeah, so here's how I remember them versus what they actually look like. So yeah.
Elon Musk is nanny, exposes it all.
Because I go, is he human? I asked my aunt. I don't know. Those Illuminati. He opened up something, a portal, a Stargate, whatever. But he was excited and he was jumping up and down. And
he was able to open up a Stargate in his room.
Whatever you want to call it.
What the frick? Elon Musk is an alien? No way.